Bonjour mes amis, hi guys. Why did I sell my Lange 1815 annual calendar? Fair question asked in several comments to my last SOTC video. After all, it was my best watch in some respect. Of course, there are different kinds of best, but in terms of watchmaking, Lange is right up there. Interestingly, I just watched Bruce Williams' video where he explains why he sold his Grail Vacheron Constantin overseas. I like how he explains that he collected the experience and freed up the cash for the next adventure. The Lange, to me, was not a Grail, it was a milestone. I wanted to own an annual calendar and it was the best one to own then. I loved collecting the experience indeed, but I'm okay to put that behind me now. Let's talk a bit finance here. I had to pay a tax bill the size of that Lange at the end of last year. I always say you have to be able to afford 10 of them to buy one of them, to be responsible with your money. I didn't feel comfortable being a bit squeezed on the fund because of one piece. Maybe it will skyrocket in price. Lange deserves it. Maybe not. I don't think it will. It's part also of the decision. I paid a very fair price for it. The model is not advertised anywhere lower than what I paid when I got it or what I got when I sold it. I sold it just under my purchase price, so I collected the experience and it didn't cost me anything, which is more than you can hope for in most watch purchases, unless you're very diligent, patient, and restrained. The other reason I felt okay selling it is that I have superb pieces in my collection, namely two Pateks, and owning the Lange kind of reduced their importance in my collection. I also realized it didn't really bring that much more function-wise. The most important information of the time, the date, was actually near impossible to read if I'm honest. But I did find the magic side button that steps the whole calendar forward in sync, a real stroke of brilliance from the manufacturer. We know that those very nice white gold pieces on strap are not as usable as steel Rolex. That's another reason why everyone in Hong Kong wants Rolex. You can use them every day. Don't have to worry about where you're going, about changing the strap, about service costs that will compound and all that. The dress pieces are fine at the office and it's also fine to just enjoy owning them. It's beautiful, like having a collection of sports cars. But you must watch after them, which can become tiresome. I felt like I have enough for my current level. I don't want to overreach. Glad I could collect the experience, share it, and leave it behind without financial damage. You can lose a lot on those expensive pieces, and I have lost here and there money throughout my life. Futures and FX, bad choices of cars, couple of mishaps around watches. It always happens when you go too fast and don't do your homework properly. I thought it was good to prove to myself that I can slow down, back the truck up a little bit. You might say it's loser talk, but I think it's adult talk. We get very influenced by videos and Instagram to own and spend more, but you gotta go your own way. It's great for the kudos, but again, you need to keep your ego in check. Of course you will impress anyone with a piece like that. Now, I have something to look forward to, which is another advantage of selling. Now I know how much better Lange is. I have to look forward to getting another one when the time is right, when it's a well-deserved crowning of an achievement, for example. Finally, it's normal not to feel too confident with more expensive pieces. Right now, I immensely enjoy my King Seiko, for example. When you have very expensive pieces, you are a bit forced to look down on Seiko and stand on some pedestal, aren't you? I want to enjoy watches at every price level. To be honest, I can almost breathe a little better now that I got this luxurious experience and left without losing my shirt in it. It's almost relief, and that's when you know you've extended yourself a bit too large. Some will say you should have sold a bunch of other ones and keep the Lange. Very valid point. Less pieces but more quality. However, that doesn't change the fact that it's riskier to concentrate so much money in one item, the price of a nice car. Whatever you might say in the comments won't change what happened or how I feel about it. But nevertheless, leave your thoughts and feedback and all that in the comments below. The last thing I'll say is that I never regretted selling it, and I don't think about it. I sold it to a great guy who's building up a beautiful collection. We chat and meet up, and it opened a friendship around watches, and honestly, it's just as fun as hoarding too many watches myself. Thanks, guys.